them, sometimes they'll be really triggered that you're doing it, and then they'll even get more triggered when you're faster than them. Or if you claim that you're faster than them, they'll get really, really triggered because, oh no, God no, and their cognitive dissonance will kick in big time. That's all I'm going to talk about the terminal. Let's actually do some terminal setup. I didn't have to tell you about all of that, so you can get going. I'm now going to expect that you have a terminal set up. Okay, so for the rest of today, the rest of the segment today and the other two segments, I expect you to have a terminal ready. You've had 3 days to get a terminal ready by now. If you don't have a terminal ready, I can't help you. You can ask the chat or you can go into the Discord and get it set up. But that's the idea of flipped. All right, so peek at learning the Linux command line. So learning the Linux command line is going to be the book that we're going to go through. It's a free book. And this is the link here is to the Linux command line annotations. The annotations are my kind of chiming in about what I think about the book as we go through it. And that's a way for you to kind of make sure that you're not missing anything. There is definitely some things in there that are old, but that's fine. It's got the best voice. I think it's got the best writing. I think it covers the most. Definitely, it's the only book on planet Earth that I know of that covers Bash 4 Plus. The end. The O'Reilly books don't cover it, and that's why I picked this book. So this is just a little peek ahead. We will be spending 2 full weeks on this book. One of those weeks is to be on the first 2 parts, which you can get going on right now, which is why I'm giving you the peek here. If you want to jump ahead and start working on this first part, because you have your terminal ready and everything, and then you're ready to go, you can go do that. But I'm not going to be going deeply into the book right now. I'm just going to show you a few commands very, very quickly that are covered by the book. So if you want a more full treatise of how to use these commands, go to the book and cover them. I used to have these on kind of a survival sheet to get used to the terminal. All right, so and then we're going to learn the Vim basics after this. So the first thing we're going to do here right now, so this is going to be, we're going to do Vim. So if this goes well, we're going to do this terminal introduction and how to navigate the terminal, how to start it up right now, first segment. We have another half hour on that. And then we're going to do all Vim for a full segment. That's like a 40-minute segment. And then after that, we're going to do public key cryptography with SSH, and we're going to set up our GitLab and GitHub from the command line. And I'm hoping that we have time left over to do a little shell scripting, if nothing more than a save command, so you don't have to execute all those crazy commands to do GitLab and GitHub from the command line. Okay, so that's the plan for today. So I'm going to have to jump immediately into showing you how to use the terminal, and I'm just going to kind of spitball this and show you the main commands. First of all, you need to have a terminal up right now. How you start a terminal really depends on your system. The fastest way for most people to get a terminal to start, and I do this for everything. I don't browse my machine's system things at all. I don't use the mouse for that. In fact, I don't use the mouse for starting terminal at all on a Mac or anything else. On a Mac, you push Command Space, and it will pull up your search thing, and you type terminal, and you just hit enter, and boom, you have a terminal. There it is. No need to go to the mouse. If you're going to start, if you're on an Ubuntu or a Linux system, you push Option or Windows key or something. It's at one of those keys. That will pull up your search bar, and then type terminal, enter. If you're using i3 or any of these other fancy window managers, that's fine. You know what to do. If you're using so any of those versions, if you're using Windows, if you're using Windows, you just search bash and it'll pull up. You can actually don't even have to search for bash. You can just type, you type bash in the search window and hit enter, and it will pull up. Okay. Sometimes it's called super and enter. Oh, that reminds me, there is a new page that I've created that relates to that, and I want to show you that now. So back yesterday we did the typing. I got to do this really fast. So rwx.gg/typing, okay? And then if you just go to that, if you go to hashtag symbols, well, let's just go to typing. If you go to typing, here we go. We go to typing, and we're gonna get the keyboard symbols. You guys see this? So if you go to rwx.gg/typing, I added this last night. This is a reference to all of the different symbols that are from your keyboard and what they're generally called. So if you're stuck and I say something that you don't know, you can always go there and look and see what he's talking about. So this includes the brackets. I combine the brackets page into this, brackets, parentheses, backticks, blah, 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 blah. And the reason I was reminded of this is somebody mentioned the super key, and half of you are like, what the heck does that mean? So the super key is often called the Windows key. Linux, people do not call it the Windows key. In fact, there are stickers you can get that will cover up the Windows logo with the penguin or something. And so there's a super. It's also called the command key, and it's also called the Windows key. So there you go. And then you have shift key here. You have return, enter. There it shows you escape. It shows you the control up bracket is the same as escape. So if you want to know what we're talking about, make sure you go check that out. All right, so I'm going to clear again. And so what do we have on screen here? We have a blank screen. What do we do? And by the way, this is the moment that terrifies most people. They are sitting there staring at a blank command line prompt, and they have no idea what to do. So this is when taking notes really matters. So if you haven't done so already, take a moment and open your notes. We went all through how to make notes yesterday. Open your notes. If you don't have notes or you weren't here yesterday, get a piece of paper, open up a notepad thing, whatever it takes, start taking notes, because you are every single system administrator I have ever learned from had a black notebook where they would write notes on it. Okay. So they would be here writing in their notepad, and they would write all of their commands as they learned them. And even if they never look back at their black notebook again, it was a way for them to like really. You can use Markdown. You should be using Markdown. If you were here yesterday, you have no excuses. Use Markdown for this, right? It's a good opportunity for you to do that. All right. But if you didn't and you're just really struggling, pause the video if it's a YouTube thing and like start taking notes and go back and watch, or actually wait for 4 or 5 hours for yesterday's video. Actually, yesterday's video you can watch right now on Twitch. You can just go back and watch it on Twitch, so you don't have to wait. I take that back. You can go watch yesterday's video today. All right, so now I'm going to go through these next things very, very quickly, because I'm going to be doing it in video time, not classroom time, which means that I can talk about it really quickly, and you can simplify it as you go. Okay, so the first thing to do on a command line that makes you feel cozy is to type ls. ls. Whoa, there's lots of stuff there, right? So I'm actually going to go back to my home prompt, and I'm going to type clear. Did I say tomorrow as I meant yesterday? Sorry, guys. So you'll see your prompt is not going to be as silly like mine. I added this so you can get a sense of where I am. But this is, I'm in my home directory. Well, what does home directory mean? Where the heck am I? How do you figure out where you are? PWD. PWD shows you where you are. Okay. It says, I think it stands for print working directory or present working directory. Doesn't matter. For those who know, there's also a PWD variable, which will show you where you are. Okay, I do this constantly. In fact, you will see me do this as a nervous tick all the time. ls, pwd, clear, ls, clear, pwd. And you can't hurt it, guys. You can't hurt it, so just do it. So here's something else. Respect the terminal. Don't fear it. I've had kids that I've taught, and they're like, and they end up like totally making all kinds of files and doing wacky stuff. That's not respect. Okay, but also don't fear it, right? You're not going to kill yourself. If you ever get stuck in something, do not replace clear with Control L. Banish that statement from my chat. Okay, do not do Control L as a replacement for clear. It does not work on all terminals. It only works if you have Emacs mapping. The end. Okay, so if you're going to do that, make sure you understand what you're getting into. You're adding something that will not work on multiple systems. Okay, and I am tired of people recommending it. I'm a little triggered. Sorry, and it's not your fault. So use clear. If you don't like typing clear, type CL. Okay. Oh no, I can't type CL. It's C for me. I just cleared my chat. Oh well, because I aliased CL'd everything else. It is not a true statement to say that Control L is the same as the clear command. Okay, they are not the same at all. All right, so let's go back and move on from that. It's not a shortcut key, and you would ever do not use shortcut keys. Okay, well, I'm kind of glad you're here because you're telling everybody all the things not to do, so I can talk about them. do not get into using control keys and keys that are hotkeys for your terminal. Right now, pretend like all you have is the terminal. You're going to hear a bunch of people tell you about all the really cool hotkeys you should use for your terminal. Do not listen to them right now. Just pretend like they're not there and they're not talking. Okay? What you're going to use is nothing but the terminal. You're going to learn the terminal properly so that when you get on a terminal that doesn't have all these fancy hotkey functionality, which is the way you should use a terminal, you won't be lost. Okay? I'm a little bit triggered because this is one of the worst areas of bad knowledge in the world right now, and it's the reason I'm streaming, because everybody is teaching it wrong. And then people get on systems where they have to maintain AIX or Solaris or something like that, and they're pumping around on different terminals, and like, none of this stuff that I learned on YouTube works because you learned it wrong. Calm down, Rob. I can do this. Okay, so we're taking a breath. I'm attacking the idea. So far I've been attacking the idea, not the person. All right. So this is one of the biggest triggers for me, and it's the reason I'm doing this, because there's so much bad information out there from people who claim to be knowledgeable. And they've obviously never worked in a multi-Unix environment, or they would never say the things they did. It's downright irresponsible. LS. PWD. Okay. There we go. And then we have, what else do we have? We have LS, PWD. What else do we have? Clear. If you don't like typing the word clear, get over it or make an alias. But for right now, just type clear. Just stay with me, okay? Please, thank you. All right, so type clear. It clears the screen. All right. All right. So PWD, LS. It's not you, by the way. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the misinformation that's out there. It's leading people astray with that. They're making decisions based on less than all the information, and they need all the information. If they still want to do it after they have all the information, fine. But they need to know what they're stopping themselves from doing in the future. All right, so we've got all that down. We've got those basic command things. Here's another thing. So now I'm in this directory. Let's say, okay, I have a lot of things here. Let's say I wanted to go into my, I only have 15 minutes, so I got to go fast. How do I change into, how do I change into another directory? Okay, well, the command you could probably guess is CD. So we're going to CD into, let's say, my repos directory or my videos directory. How about that? Now, here's another thing I want to show you. Let's say I'm a little bit lazy. And you should be lazy. Good programmers are lazy. The best programmers are lazy programmers. It's a long-running saying in the industry. Because why? Because they do things that are faster without handicapping themselves. And so one of the first things you should learn is tab completion. Tab completion will save you thousands of hours over your lifetime. And so right now I'm going to change into, let's say, the pictures directory, because that's a little harder to type. Okay, so I type capital P and then I type the tab key. Okay, I don't have screen key on. I guess I could probably do that. Let me do screen key. All right, so let's do some screen key for a bit. What I've just turned on is it's showing you what I'm typing. Okay, so here, let's do this. So I'm going to go ahead, once again, LS, enter. And now I'm going to practice my tab completion. So I'm going to CD space, and then I'm going to type PI tab. You see what it did? It completed the rest of the thing. And I know those of you who've been around know about this, and this is novice and rudimentary, but to beginners, this is a lifesaver, particularly if you're young and your typing skills are not really good yet. Okay, let's try applications. A tab. I didn't need to type anything more, but did you notice something interesting? What happens if I try the letter P and then tab? Uh-oh, nothing. So that's another tab. So let's try it. 2 tabs. All right. We're not going to do CD path right now. We're going to do that in environment tomorrow. All right. So CD, P. Oh, see, look, I had to push tab twice. Okay. So CDP tab. If I push tab twice, then it takes you to, you says, wow. And that's because the shell is confused. It doesn't know where to send you. It's like, I see you. It's like that. So what we need to do is give it a hint. So we say, okay, well, I actually want pictures. So I tab, and then it figures it out. Okay. So one of the really great things about this is what happens if you don't type anything? You can type tab a couple times and it will show you all your possibilities. Now, these possibilities aren't going to make any sense to you right now because, as these guys were saying in the chat, I'm using something called CD path, which allows you, which puts any possible directory in my tab completion, even if it's not in my current working directory. I don't want to confuse you yet, but this is why it's showing so many things. But for you, if you did tab with nothing there, CD is smart enough to tell you, oh, hey, I've got some other things here to show you besides those, right? So you can actually do amazing things just with the plain old double tab. So add that to your notebook. Take a moment right now and say, remember to tab, remember to double tap tab, because tab completion can save you lots of time looking things up. A lot of times you just want to see what's already there. And there's many commands. For example, you guys might have seen a video I made on tab completion for my Twitch command. So I added tab completion to my Twitch command so that I can double tap tab and I can see all of the commands that are possible for my Twitch command. I didn't have to type man. I didn't have to do an internet search. I didn't have to do anything else. I just did double tap tab. In fact, I love tab completion so much that I've made a Golang library called Tab Complete Commander just for the ability to add completion to your own commands in Bash or whatever. And I've done other streams about how to do that for more advanced. When we get into Bash programming, I'll show you how to very easily do your own completion with this. And you can, those of you who might be advanced, I can show you, those who might be just tuning in, this is not for the beginners, but if you would like to see what I'm talking about, here are all the commands in Bash. And this little loop down here, whoops, this loop down here loops through them all. And if it's in completion context, oops, I'm going to have to turn my screen key off. Pkill, how are we doing? Screen key. We're doing good. Screen key. So this again, for the next 1 minute, this is just for the advanced coders out there who might be chiming in if you want to know how I did that. If you look at my Twitch command, which is in my config repo, you can find that. I have a tab complete context, and this is the text that my command is being used in a completion context rather than a regular execution context. And it loops through all the commands and it matches them against the beginning of what's been typed in, and returns the list of subcommands. And then after that, you can actually then execute a complete. You can do this in your bash RC, but a complete -c twitch. And now, in order to complete the Twitch command, all you have to do is double tap Twitch, and it will show you all the completion commands for Twitch. So that is a 60-second overview of how to do the world's easiest tab completion in anything you ever want. Python, JavaScript, Java, anything can be coded to do its own tab completion. No, we're not going to do that without getting really into the weeds on that. That's all you need to do. And if you want to look at how that's done, you can study my scripts repo and look at my Twitch command in particular and some of the other ones. So that's just a little side note for those who might be more farther along in their developer studies and know about those things. We are going to be covering a lot of that stuff later, so we're not going to cover that right now. But I just wanted to show you about completion. By the way, one last example of completion. So if I type S and I type tab, here's all the commands that start with S. Ooh, there's several that start with T. We'll put T, tab. You see that we have, that many who start with T. How about A? Okay, A, tab. Then we get 2 that start with status or A. And I can go all the way down. I don't want to hit enter. I'm going to blow away my stream. But this is how I have created all of these commands. All right, so we have 10 minutes, and I think we have all the survival skills. So again, if I want to CD into a directory, CD space applications, enter. And it tells me where I am. I type pwd, I type ls to see what's here. I type clear to clear the screen. Ls again. Let's say I want to go up one level. CD space ... means go up one level. If you ever get lost, and you don't know your way and you want to go back home, just hit CD enter. Now, I cannot tell you how many veteran Linux people do not know that hitting CD without anything at the end will take them home. Okay, so if you get scared and you don't know where you are and you're like wandering around in /etc or /dev, we're gonna do that one, and then you're like see all of this stuff here. Okay, Oh my gosh, where am I? All right, CD, enter. I want to run away. Okay, ls. Oh, I'm back home again. Nice, great. Okay. Uh, People use tilde. We're not going to talk about it. Just guys, CD tilde is the same as CD. They are the exact same, exactly the same, and they are on every system. If you do, tilde stands for home, which we'll get into later. Somebody else mentioned CD dash. Dash takes you into your last directory. So this is something you'll use a lot. CD dash, CD dash, CD dash, CD dash. It toggles you back and forth. It's not really a survival skill. I wanted to stick with survival skills right now, but you understand what's going on. So CD dot dot though is very important. That takes you up one level. Okay. And then that way you can go and you can even go out of your home directory. Watch, now I'm in the actual home directory. It shows there's only one home directory here. I can go CD dot dot again. And now look where I am. What is this called, by the way? This is called the root of the system, slash. I'm in slash. And in PWD, there is no PWD. I am in slash, okay? So I want to go home. I'm scared. Okay, enter. Okay, so now we're do ls, and we got back home. I got all my videos in here. It's a mess, but you can see what I'm saying, right? And that's the basics of survival navigation. I only have 3 minutes left to cover this stuff. That is the basics of survival navigation. If you get really do not type rm-rf / I'm going to ask the chat to not play with our beginners with all of your cool I'm smarter than you little tricks about how to have them destroy their system. All right, so I'm speaking to the beginners here. You're going to find a lot of wise asses out there who think they're funny, telling you to enter a command from the command line, trying to troll you, and you will destroy your system. Do not execute anything on your computer that you do not fully understand. Period, exclamation point, whatever you want. Never execute any command from the command line. Just like you should be taught, never download anything from the internet and run it unless you know what it does. Don't execute any command from the command line, no matter what, unless you understand what every single character does. And I don't care where it came from or how much you think you trust the person, because I have seen beginners play with their friends and have them screw their system over and laugh. It's not fun. You know why it's not fun? It's just like that Minecraft kid who like blows up all your stuff or kills you when they get up. It's fun for them. The person who's getting killed all the time, they don't like it. Get over it. It's not fun for anybody but you. And then you know what happens when they have the kill power? They're going to kill you and laugh, and you're going to, oh, it's not fun anymore. You know, don't be like that. Just don't be like that. If you want to have fun with somebody, go do it some other way. Go troll somebody some other way. Don't troll newbies in here. And if you do, I will find you. Man, I don't know if we need to teach man right now. No, don't read the man page. Okay. What they're trying to get you to learn is this. Man ls. And I'm going to say something very controversial here. Don't read the man page. The man page is, you want to know why? Here's the bash man page. All right. How many hundreds of lines is this? This is a 500-page man page. This is a 500-page man page. I'm speaking to beginners right now. Okay? I'm not saying don't do your research. What I'm saying is don't start with the man page. And by the way, that is absolute heresy in the Unix world to say those words. Look, watch. How do I use ls? This is an internet search. Okay, look. How best Stack Exchange comes back. You got to be careful on all your information, right? You want to learn how to check it. But here it says ls. Look, oh, it shows you how to use the thing. I often use ls, which is long format ll. Okay. There, I had some specific examples of ls in what? 10 seconds? I'd still be reading the man page and trying to decipher it right now. Now, I do want to spend a moment on how to decipher a man page, but I don't want to do it today. I'm going to do it tomorrow. Tomorrow, we're going to do that, okay? But looking for help is not a bad idea. ls-help, okay? Now, if you do this, you're like, it's off the screen. I don't know what to do. I don't know how to keep it on my screen. So okay, this is a survival guide to using the shell, right? If you need to understand the commands that I just told you right now, do an internet search. That's what I'm recommending. And then when you learn more about the shell, I'm going to teach you about ways to answer all of those questions from the shell. And Lord knows, I am that guy. I am the guy who searches and finds his answers from the shell all the time. I'm not saying that you shouldn't use those things. I'm saying right now, don't get frustrated. Just be happy, keep calm, do your internet searches if you want to add more to your knowledge for now. Okay, and you'll learn how to use all these fancy things that people are telling you about tomorrow, next over the next week. I don't want to burden you with too much information. Okay, so right now the only things you should have written in your notes that you should need to know how to do is clear for clearing the screen, ls for listing something. We're going to clear again. CD a tab to go into applications, cd space dot dot to go up. Okay, when you get lost, cd enter to get there, right? And then clear again. So we're just doing pwd, pwd, cd, ls, clear. We're just moving around for now. It's all we're doing. We're just moving around. So don't be panicked by all that there is to learn. It's really easy at this point in learning the terminal to get overwhelmed and blown away and like, oh my God, there's so much for me to learn. There's so much for me to learn. I'm never going to learn it all. That's actually a good thing. You're never going to learn it all. I found something out every single day. And that's good. That's what makes it really fun. But I'm trying to tell you, if you're just starting out right now, keep it small. And please, please, those of you who are out there helping to mentor others, baby steps. Go small with people. Some people want to go faster, and they will let you know. They will let you know if they want to go faster. But start out assuming that they don't necessarily need to know about man right now. They're okay with doing their internet searches. Or they don't necessarily need to know about the Control L option instead of clear. Or many other things. Okay, I'm going to take a break. I'll be back in 15 minutes, which means I'll be back at 12:10. When we come back for the full segment, it will be all VI. And we are going to learn the minimum amount of VI. I don't want anybody to get scared. Play around with your terminal. And I'll be back then. So AFK until 12:10. All right. All right. Take care. I'm going to get some more coffee and stuff.